Okay, I think we are. I think we're ready to go. All right. So, oh my goodness, right. First, now I've got to. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start right at a 3-minute ad straight away, like literally straight away with a quickness. And we're gonna crack straight on into things because why not? And I'm going to be eating my dinner at the same time, so we'll see how we go. Alright. And as you will have noticed, we have been doing streams lately completely out of whack. That is for a number of reasons. Not least of which is because work has just been an absolute mongrel at the moment. Not like the people at my work, but just client work in general is just so much of it at the moment, and just trying to keep track of everything and keep mental stability is just a bit of a mish, and especially too when you're dealing with rubbish clients. No, that's a bit harsh. Dealing with clients who kind of expect a lot, let's just say. Expect a lot and give very little. So no, I do not want a rematch. There we go. So anyway, so long story short, is I am doing stuff out of whack. What I am hoping though, what I am hoping is not this weekend but the following week, oh sorry, next week, I'm hoping to have things back on track. Back to the normal schedule. With Naruto on the usual days and then other games on the other days. And yeah, so anyway, so we've got 3 hours, we're doing 3 hours of Naruto goodness today. We'll see how many we can get through. Ideally, I would like to get down to 5,000 today, would be absolutely beautiful, but I'm thinking that might be, probably will be pushing it. Maybe get to like maybe 110, possibly. There we are. Lovely. Possibly 110. But we'll see how we go anyway. Okay, right, next we've got Kabuto and Onoki. And also, one of the things I'm thinking of doing, just to give myself an idea more than anything, I suppose you guys do, is on my spreadsheet that I've got, for each character, I want to make a note of how many fights I still have left to do with that character. I've only done it for the Naruto, like, basic version. I've only done it for him. I've got 47 fights with him left to do. Which, considering that there should be 111, no, 100, 111? 110 fights, I think, with each person. 111 fights with each character. Yeah. This guy has just been a bit of a chump. Gonna let me get a combo in. You're gonna let me get a combo in, bro. God, the AI today. There we go. Goodness gracious. Mm. Mm. So I want to track where each character's at in terms of fights remaining, because I feel that there's some, like Tentens and maybe even Conquerors, or maybe not even Conquerors, I actually haven't done too much with Conqueror, but definitely Tenten and some of the Obitos. I feel like I've done a hell of a lot of fights with them. Like they'll be really close to like fully finishing all the fights I need to do with them. And I'm just curious what those numbers are, because I reckon they'll all be a lot smaller than I think. But I'm nearly I'm curious, because it would be so surprising if like a character like Jugo, for instance, a character like him that I've actually done the most fights with, because it doesn't feel like that at all, like at all. Hello, welcome on in. We are almost at 5,000, almost indeed. I'm hoping I can get as close to 5,000 today as I can. We'll see how it goes. But yeah. How are you? How are you and the fam, more importantly? Are you back from the holiday? And in Seville, what up? I am doing very well indeed. I hope you are doing just as well. You say I'm sick of eating small fry. Hope you start eating people. Goodness. Back since last Thursday, had an amazing time. I am so glad to hear that. What was there any particular highlights in your homeworking? Of course, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna follow this crazy ass challenge right through to the very conclusion. I'm in too deep in Seville. I'm in too deep. But I ain't got no intention of quitting. I mean, in a way, it's like, if I can do this, I can do anything. I'm unstoppable. Especially because there's no like prize at the end of it. It's just the knowledge that I've done it. That's the prize. Was it now? A and Hinata. Or young Hinata. That one. I have dedication on things, like in the oddest way possible. Like, you'll say, hey, can you please, I don't know, can you, clean, I need you to cut the grass, but you have to use scissors. Like, I would do it. I'd have dedication that way. Like, rather than doing the smart thing, I'm like, no, I'm just going to use the lawnmower. I'll be like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. And then boom, I've now cut the grass using only scissors. I'm like, it's that sort of thing. Or, actually, better example. If the only way to cut the grass is with scissors, most people be like, yeah, nah, I'm just going to go and buy a lawnmower. And I'm like, I want to save money, so a pair of scissors it is. It's that sort of stuff. I'm dedicated in the least smart ways possible. really wish that you could selectively set which language certain characters spoke in, because Hinata's English one does not can't hold a candle to her Japanese one. There we go. Okay, we'll go next. Iruka and Young Lee. Right, now I've got to skillfully cut my steak in between in little gaps. Lovely. Beautiful, gorgeous. All right. Anyway, have I got any life updates? Not really. Have I life updates? No. What have I even been doing this week? Work. More work. I lost my. So I've got a bit of a problem. I need one of those like phone wallet thingy book thingy mabob things that you like, the little case that you put your phone into, and it's got all the pockets for like FUFS cards and things. It's a week, like it's almost like a monthly occurrence at this point. I lose my FUFS card so easily. Like, so I'm a pockets kind of gal. No handbags, no like nothing. Those cards and that phone is going in my jeans pockets. No two ways about it. So then it's obviously the monthly occurrence where I leave it in a pocket somewhere, or I drop it down the side of the car seat. Something. I'll do something with my card, and then spend like, oh my god, I've got hiccups. And then spend about like 3 days trying to find it. Yeah, 3 days trying to find it, and it ends up being in like my shorts pockets. So of course it happens this week again. I can't find my card on Wednesday. Oh my goodness, about to go to the supermarket. Of course I can't find my card. Trying to go everywhere trying to find it. Can't find it. So we transfer the money over to the boy. Go shopping. Yesterday we go in because I'm like, oh well, the last place I definitely had my card was the sushi place that me and the boy go to get donburi for lunch most of the time, most days. No, sorry, not most days, like usually once a week. So I went there and I'm like, oh, did I drop my card? And they're like, look around, they're like, no one's dropped a card. And because the people in there are so lovely. Like one of the chefs was like, he was like really concerned that I had lost my card. That I'd lost my card, and he's like, oh my god, I really hope you find it. I'm like, it's all good, like I'll find it, don't worry, it'll be somewhere. And so anyway, so looking all over the place, looking at work, not there. So then of course I go home and I'm rummaging through the washing basket and I find some shorts, and as I'm picking them up, and I'm like, oh, that feels like a bit of plastic. And it was. I'd left it in my shorts. So again, oh goodness, as it is every month, leave my card in my jeans or my shorts pockets, and then find it 2 days later. But the boy's like, bruh, you need like one of those phone wallet things. I'm like, because the problem is, is that A, the phone wallet's gonna be too bulky to put into my pocket, so that's not gonna work. Second thing is, I lose everything. Like, I lose my phone, I lose my key, like anything you give me, I'll find a way to lose it. So, like, of course, yeah, have all the important stuff all together, so when I lose it, eventually, I'm gonna lose everything. I'll lose my phone and my cards. So at least if I separate all these things out, when I lose something, at least I lose one thing. So like if I lose my card, at least I've still got my phone. But once I misplace this big phone wallet thing, boom, that's it. Lost my card, and I can't phone for help. Brilliant, brilliant plan. So, like, part of me doesn't want to get a phone wallet. Part of me knows I need it. Part of me says I don't want to get it because I feel like it's going to come and bite me in the ass. Oh, beans. So I feel like instead, what I need is one of those little like not a lanyard, but one of those little like belt clip things with the extendable string, the extendable cord thing. So I just attach all my keys and stuff to that. So it's like literally tied to me. So I need like I'd have to lose my trousers to lose my cards and phone. I need like one of those things. I need like a lanyard. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for the hiccups. Oh my goodness. Apparently holding your breath sorts it out. Which I think it just has. I'm good, I'm cured. Alright. There we are. Holding your breath if you ever get hiccups works an absolute treat. Beautiful.
In my position, I'm not allowed to lose.
Yeah. I feel like I didn't just eat that piece of steak, but I must have. Right. Quickly cut a piece of steak before the fight. There we go. Alright, let's just choose this one. There we go. And one more. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Okay. Iruka. Iruka and young Kakashi. There we are. Yeah, so bar losing my phone on Wednesday. What else has happened this week? Oh, we went out to some so at one of the shopping centres in the city where we live, or lives above, should I say, they've got, we had no idea, but apparently it's a weekly thing. On Thursday nights, on one of the rooftop car parks of the shopping centre, they've got like this whole big like night food market thing, and we're like, why have we not heard about this? This is incredible. So we went, all of us, me, the boy, and then the boy's sister and brother went. It was incredible. There was like A, so many people there, B, so many food trucks there, but they had like, it was mainly Filipino cuisine food. no cuisine. But then they had like all different other stuff. They had like candy floss and like real fruit ice creams and pretzels. A guy was doing like pretzel bread, like in all these different flavors. Like goddamn. And yeah, and they had like these peeps. They were doing like they would just sell lamb skewers, lamb, beef and chicken skewers by the skewer. So you just pay like $3 per skewer. Like yes. So me and the boy ended up having like 6 skewers each. Because they were delicious, absolutely delicious. And then you could get like pork barbecue, fried chicken sandwiches. I had some of the pretzel bread. They had a truck that was selling waffles on a stick. Like waffles on a stick. Yes, please. So we had some of them. And they had like some peeps doing like mango lassies, and oh, it was just incredible. Like, how have we not known about this? So anyway, so we filled up on that, and we had pretty much just had all that stuff for dinner, and so that was lovely. So it won't become a weekly occurrence for us, but if we ever don't know what to do on a Thursday, boom, we've got these night market things. And the other thing too, it was extremely tidy. Like, as in, usually when you go to like food festivals or any place with like large food trucks, you'll always, like when you properly look, you'll see like pieces like rubbish on the ground, like people leaving leftover food up on over on the side somewhere. You see like a lot of that, like when you actually like look. But at this place, there was like nothing. It was clean. Like, people were putting their rubbish in the bins. It was just like, oh my lord, people like respect this place. Probably because it's a car park. It will be used, like cars will be parked in there the following day. I'm just like, this is incredible. This is amazing. Are there more things like this? So we're gonna have a look and see if there's more like food markets around the city that we've got, like we've just had no idea about. Because the other thing, like, the thing not being on like Facebook or TikTok or Instagram or any one of those things, you don't really like, when those are the places that these things are being advertised on, you don't really see them, unless you're like looking in the newspaper or like on community boards or something. But yeah, it's incredible, absolutely incredible. Oh, and that was also why I didn't stream yesterday, purely because I knew that we'd be going to that, and we got back for about 8 o'clock, and then I needed to have a shower and do all the stuff that you gotta do before work. Lovely. Oh, yay. Got him. Oh, beans. There we are, lovely. This particular AI bot is loving his side jumps. I get one more in them? I can, lovely. Right, fourth Kaze. And young Tintin. Alright, dinner is done. Lovely. Okay. So I'm still on track. So have I done 20 fights in half an hour? Yes, I have. Lovely. I'm gonna do 3 of these. Because her normal stuff is just, oh, absolutely useless. Like, part of me almost wants to play the PS2 games, just so I can, like, play, like, as Kankuro and Tintin and all those characters, and, like, actually be able to fight decently. Like, show that these characters actually, like, can be decent. Lovely. At least that one was fairly quick and painless. Okay, now we've got Kiba and Hinata. Curious as to whether these guys are going to get one together, which I don't think they will because of Shino and... Well, actually, if I'd like to. Oh, and also, because everything nowadays, like, I'm dreaming of FF16. It was interesting, I was looking, I've been sort of, like, thinking about, or looking into and thinking about, a couple of conversations that, FF16 has been sparking lately. Not necessarily about the game in particular, although, yeah, also sort of sparking a large conversation, but... So the one is do game trailers or game showcases, which is what they often do and often feel they have to do with games, big AAA games nowadays, is, you know, in the months and I suppose years leading up to the game's release, you need to do like big, you know, 20-minute showcases of, oh, here's all the gameplay and here's, you know, a little insight into what the story is about, and you know, here's how the combat's going to work and all this sort of thing. And some people are worrying, and I sort of had this worry as well, which is almost why I didn't really... I was trying to not look at the FF16 like state of plays and the showcases that they're doing, because it's like, how much are they showing of, like, are they spoiling the game too much? Are they showing too much of the game in these? Like, a lot of people are feeling they've already seen quite a lot of FF16 purely from the showcase. Like, and I know, and I'm hoping it's a mainline title, so it's not going to be a short game by any stretch, and there should be a fair bit of depth to it, because all of the mainline, say what you will individually about all the entries, but every single mainline FF title, including 13 and 15 and all them, has depth going on in the story. There's levels of detail there isn't there in any other FF game or in any of the spin-offs. You could argue on that one, but to my perception anyway. So there's a whole lot more going on in 16 that they would ever show, and since it's the same team that's done 14, and the trailers on 14 definitely, obviously they show you what some of the fights would look like, but they don't give, especially in the latest expansion, in Walker, they definitely, a lot of people felt like the trailer was like giving away way too much, and it really didn't. It gave literally like nothing away in terms of the central conflict, or the like what the final boss and all of that sort of stuff would be. There's literally no indication at all in those trailers, and so if it's the same business unit, then full confidence that whatever they're showing for 16 right now isn't going, you won't be able to piece together the story from it in a way that you'll most likely be right and have kind of spoiled the central conflict. Because that was my concern as well, is that they're showing all these big icon fights, and I'm like, have we now seen like half of the icon fights? Like, is there going to be no surprises when it comes to these big, these big set pieces? Really, is what they are. Big Asura's Wrath, Bayonetta, God of War level set piece fights. Have we been spoiled too much on those? But yeah, and then I suppose it's all part of like a larger conversation. Is should a game why should a game company, like, are people's pickiness over what games they play? Obviously game companies are trying to sell their game. The amount of money that goes into games these days, just developing them, you need to sell millions of copies to be able to recoup that cost. Square Enix needs it even more with Final Fantasy 16. Like, Square Enix is hemorrhaging at this point. Public perception of them, especially in the West, is not good. So they've got a reputation to restore, as well as money to recoup. So they can't, they literally cannot afford FF16 to flop at all, and it won't. It will be. I mean, I was watching the state of play again today, and I'm like, if this game loses out to Zelda on Game of the Year, like, this and Zelda, if one of them does not get Game of the Year this year, I haven't even played them yet, and if they don't get Game of the Year, I'll be mad. Like, just watching it, and it just absolutely just looks incredible. Just, I'm an absolute hoe for graphics. Absolute hoe. If something looks real good graphics wise, I'm there. I'm down. I'm in. And it looks absolutely beautiful. And it's got sparkly stuff. And just, okay, I won't go on about it specifically. But anyway, I suppose it's part of the large conversation is, do people feel like the big game showcases and the lots of game trailers, do they feel that they give away too much of the game? Do you feel that, similarly to films, do you feel that that you found that for any particular game, when you think back in hindsight, the trailers actually gave away too much, and you would have far more enjoyed the game if you hadn't watched, if you'd gone on completely blind. So I know a trailer's there to like sort of gain hype, and you know, more than anything, yeah. Because like it was my one, like it even crossed my mind, and I'm like, oh, I feel like they're giving away too much. But then of course you got absolutely no context for anything that you're saying. Could all be in the first 20 minutes of the game. Technically, could be the tutorial we're watching, for all we know. But it's the impression, I suppose, that the trailers give you. It's interesting. But anyway, so that was one conversation I was sort of reading all the comments on. And then the other one was around like the whole hashtag not my Final Fantasy sort of stuff. Like when a game franchise sort of shifts genre, a lot of not like, it's almost like, is that allowed sort of thing. Is an established game franchise allowed to shift genre? So, and even the shift, because so everyone's saying, oh, FF16 it's just a Devil May Cry, it's just gonna be like a little hack and slash action thing. I hate action games. I want, like, where's my turn-based? Where's my ATB? You know, all that sort of thing. It's not a Final Fantasy if it's not turn-based, even though literally the only Final Fantasy game that's truly turn-based was FF10. Everything else has been like an ATB system, which call it turn-based if you will, but it's not a true turn-based. If it's your turn, you're picking your commands, you walked away from the game for 50 minutes, you'd be dead, because the enemies don't stop for you. So a lot of Final Fantasy fans are getting salty and mad that FF16 is such a... It's not even a drastic change in genre either. The skill trees are still there, the equipment's still there, you know, it's got hunts and stuff like FF12. It's probably quite very akin to FF12, if anything. People love FF12. And they're just like, nah, this isn't Final Fantasy, this is an abomination, this is a disgrace. Never buying this game, this is just, how dare they do that? This isn't the game that I remember from 20 years ago. Like, what is this? Anyway, and then some people are like, this looks sick, I'm gonna buy it. And I'm a long time Final Fantasy fan, and I'm gonna buy this looks incredible. Which I'm one of those people. Then sort of some people like, can a genre be like that? Because then some people are saying, oh well, Dragon Quest 11 and Persona 5 and all these sorts of games that have come out in the last few years, they're all turn-based and they seem to be doing well, critically and financially, copy-wise. Final Fantasy will be able to succeed if it's turn-based. And it's kind of like it's weird because it's sort of like, be that as it may, when you think about public perception of the series, and this is purely me being like, not making it up, but what I seem to feel through osmosis is the thing with like Persona and Dragon Quest as series is that they're all beloved, and you don't see people complain about Dragon Quest games. You don't see large discourses about how disappointing Dragon Quest has been lately as a franchise. You don't see how discourses about how if Persona 4 was just an unfinished broken mess and Persona is dead as a franchise. You don't see any of those discussions, but you do about Final Fantasy. People will shit on FF15 till the cows come home. They'll say, you know, FF14 is the last good thing to come out of Final Fantasy for the last like 10 years, that sort of stuff. And you don't see that about these other franchises, which is why I think, and the director and all them have said, you know, one of the reasons why they made it action is to kind of like, you know, so you try and get newer fans into it, you know, as well as the people that are already there, try and, you know, build up a new, like a, you know, get more people in to join the ride sort of thing. People are sort of leaning away, the general masses, I say, are sort of leaning away from the slower turn-based stuff, and they would have, you know, historically veered away from Final Fantasy. So to get them in to play Final Fantasy, we make things more Devil May Cry and God of War and all that sort of stuff. But there's still Final Fantasy elements. There's still summons, there's still Moogles and Chocobos, you know, all the items are still the same. It's, you know, still got hunts and all those sorts of things. But just the combat is maybe a bit more inviting to people who prefer action games. And they've also, for the people who don't like action games, but still want to play and don't want to have a hard time with the combat, then they've got, like, they've provisioned for that. There's things that you can do to make the combat easier for you. And they're doing all this to try and keep the franchise alive. Like, they need to inject some new life into it, essentially. And by doing that, they're just doing a shift in the, really just like a shift in the combat. That's really it, more than anything. We've had Final Fantasy games with sole playable characters before, Lightning Returns being, you know, the one I immediately think of. So it's just like, it's not like it's doing anything completely radically new at all. And yeah, and if it means that it is extremely well acclaimed and suddenly Final Fantasy has got a, you know, new fans, there may even be people that are like you know, dig this game, go back and play the others and are like, oh my god, I absolutely love this franchise. And it's, yeah, I think that was the intention, the real intention behind what they've done with the game, and I'm all for it. I mean, if it means that Final Fantasy can keep going as a franchise, they can do whatever they want. Bar making an FPS. Like, I think Dirge Cerberus was a bit of a hit and a miss for them on that one. Oh, actually, no, it wasn't FPS, was it? It was third person. Anyway, you kind of have a radical genre shift, let's just say. Yeah. How's life going? Life is actually going, I think, work for both of us is just being a bit just stressful at the moment. He's got a project that's been extended like 2 months when it should have been done like 6 months ago, and so he's having to pick up slack for people that should know better. So he's getting a bit miffed off with that, and we've just got so much work going on at my place. It's just trying to keep your head above water is difficult. And just clients who just, had one client in particular the last week, oh my lordy. I don't know if I've done something to piss them off, but they just really like you send an email just asking to double check something, just to confirm that we're on the same page on something, and then suddenly they just launch into this big, their response is like 3 paragraphs of like, oh, well, you said this on this date, and then, but you said this on this thing, and then you did this, and that meant that I thought you'd, like, bruh, I'm not trying to accuse you of anything, I'm literally just asking, oh, so when you said this, were you meaning this? Because we've gone on the assumption that it's this instead. And then they just launch into, like, you know, but they didn't need to, and I'm just like, I'd rather not. But anyway, otherwise, I guess things are okay. We've got the boys bro living with us for the, I want to say, foreseeable future. Don't actually know how long. I don't think the boys. I think the boys just wanting him to live with us however long he wants to live with us for. think 2 years is my absolute maximum, I think. But yeah, so that's that, and just looking forward to video games. We got Zelda coming out in like 21 days, 3 weeks today for Zelda. 3 weeks to the day. This time, in 3 weeks' time, I will be very happy person. Will I be streaming? Oh no, I think I'll actually be streaming as well. I'll go like late into the night for it. Yeah, that's about it. Otherwise, just life goes on, I guess. Yeah. Now, did I didn't do Juko, did I? This should be a even number? Oh, beans. No, I've done the wrong one. Ah, beans. So that's... Oh, hang on. Oh yeah, no, I'm just completely losing my marbles. Anyway, but that's enough about me. What about, so your trip went well? I'm very, very glad to hear that. Did the little one have an absolute blast? Lovely. Went to the beach and went on train and bus night. Oh, train would have been neat. They really need more trains in New Zealand, I swear. Oh, nice. What was out of everything? What was there any if you had to like pick the number one highlight? What would that highlight be? Fair. I can respect that. There's nothing like going to bed and knowing that you don't have to wake up early in the morning for some kind of whatchamacallit, responsibility sort of thing. Unless you've got an action-packed holiday. Oh, nice. Oh dang, you haven't seen this since 2020. Oh, of course, yeah, pandemic times. Oh, nice. That's right, yeah. Not seen people for like 3 years because of the good old virus of unknown origin. Right, sus Renee. Oh my god, come on. And Tintin. Ugh. I'll update the list after after these 2 fights. Actually, no, because I've got to run the ads. I can just update it. Just update my fights during the ad break. Oh, easy peasy. Oh, I love that. Just nice try with your shurikens, lady. Not gonna work. One more. Bam. one thing, because I've never flown. No, I technically flown to Australia, but not for a holiday. Because how long does it take? Is it 3 hours or 4 hours on a plane? Three and a half in Queenstown. Okay. Also, so that's not too bad, I guess. Think about it, to fly to another country, and like it's the same, like it's pretty much the same. Sorry, because Auckland to Christchurch is like an hour and a half. So just like 2 and a bit of those, and you're in another country. It's like it's not actually too bad. Because even though those go quite fast. Sasutaka and Kakuzu. Can do another one. There we are, lovely. Nice try, Mr. Kakuzu, sir. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah, because me and the boy we're trying to decide where our first international flight together is going to be, because he's never been overseas at all. So we're trying to think, because I want to go over to England to see my aunties and uncles over there, because I haven't seen them in the flesh for like over 10 years. Over 10 years? Yeah, more or less. Over 10 years. Yeah, actually, yeah. And so I want to go over there and see them over there, and then we can go around England and Scotland and Ireland, all those sorts of places. Also want to go to Iceland or Norway, because seeing the Northern Lights is top of my bucket list, like full on. I am not dying until I have seen the Northern Lights, like my goodness. Even if I have to be wheeled there on my deathbed, I'm seeing them before I go. So we want to go to Scandinavia, because, you know, we're keen to go to Scandinavia, but I just, you know, I want to go see those. Also want to go to Japan, because I've always wanted to go to Japan for obvious reasons. And he's been watching some videos of like the northern Japanese countrysides, and like sort of, I think they call them postal towns. And he just thinks it's super tranquil and like really, really lovely, and also both like super into Ghost of Tsushima as well. So we want to go see there. Also want to go to Hawaii. I think, although it's probably a little bit lower down on the list. Yeah, so just he wants to go to like Alaska, Canada, those sorts of places. So we've got all these different places that we want to go. We just need to pick one and go there, essentially. And I've said he's not allowed to go premium economy or business class, unless he's gone economy first. Because, I mean, you're not going to appreciate a 10-course feast if you haven't starved. Yeah, so he's got to experience the joys, absolute joys of cattle class before he can truly appreciate a lay down bed. Yeah, so I was thinking, well, because I think the problem I've got is that I've made economy sound so rubbish too much that he's like, I don't want to fly economy, and I'm like, well, tough, you're gonna have to, and he's like, I don't want to fly it, sounds awful. I'm like, well, if I've had to, then you've had to, goodness sake. Yeah, so, but I was thinking, look, for a mercy, we'll go somewhere that isn't like a 27-hour flight. You know, we'll go somewhere that's only a couple of hours away, which really just leaves like somewhere like Hawaii or Japan. Because technically, like, if you left for Hawaii early in the morning, you'd get there by the end of the end of the day New Zealand time. So it'd be just like a plane ride, or like a bus trip, more than any, like a cross island bus trip. Right, Suigetsu and Toby White. That's a character I haven't done much of. Suigetsu. Sometimes the voices are really weird because the way that they put some weird echo reverb on them, so it sounds like when someone says something, it doesn't sound like it's coming from the game in my headphones. It sounds like someone's saying something in my ear, or like it's coming from like behind me. It's weird. God, I've got this like, it's like an itchy spot on my head, but there's nothing to like scratch, and it just like, I know I shouldn't be scratching it because it hurts when I do it, but it's just this singular spot, and it's just like really, really irritating. And I'm not even scratching, I'm just like mushing it. It's just weird. Anyway, besides the point. Anyway, I think by the time I finish these two fights, Might be time to run another ad after these two. Yeah, might actually be.
I'm sick of looking at you. This should disclose
Nothing's.
you can't run from me.
Oh, yay! Got her anyway. Look at that. Gorgeous. And then Conan and Kaguya. Blah blah blah. Yeah, got it.
Shikigami dance. Prepare for death, little devil. Here I come.
Oh, beans.
You won't get away. Disappear. Fly. Get lost. Here I come.
And lovely. Okie dokie. So, think I'm going to just run a quick 3-minute ad. I say quick. So I'll run it. I will be updating the list thing, and I might. Do I want to go grab ice cream now? We'll grab ice cream on the next hour. Okay. So I'm just gonna run the ad. And there we are. Okie dokie. So gonna update the list because where are we at? We're at. Oh my, oh no. Where did I pull Conan from? Oh my god, I pulled it from my ass. Sorry. That sounded really but anyway, it's just like, wait, what? Just comes in. Oh my lord, I've just done a Kaguya versus Conan fight when I was supposed to do Kaguya versus Kisame. Where the hell did I pull Conan from? Luckily, I haven't done a Kaguya versus Conan fight. So that helps me immensely. Right. And it means I can go to, where are we? Notifies remaining 5,090. Alright. And now we can resume with gotta do what I should have actually done. I don't know where the hell I saw Conan from. Unless I was aiming for Kisame and I just didn't go one down, which is most likely explanation. Anyway. go. Lovely.
I'll eliminate you here.
Has been decided.
The next
Okay. Got Kisame.
Battle begins. Here I go. Water style. Super water shock bomb jutsu.
Actually, when I was thinking about the what's the whatchamabob? Thinking about trailers that, or game trailers that seem to give away too much of the story. Do they? Well, or game trailers where you can piece together certain things is actually no. Like the recent trailer, and again, I'm gonna become insufferable. I'm gonna be insufferable for the next couple of months because literally all I'm gonna talk about is Breath of the Wild and FF16. So if you don't like it, vacate the premises. But if you don't mind, then stay on. But the Tears of the Kingdom trailer, the latest one that came out, which is beautiful, gorgeous. The thing that I love about Zelda as a franchise, and the people, like specifically on YouTube, I guess, or just the online communities around Zelda, is like the theorizing and the analyses of like because what Zelda does really well is environmental storytelling. Like if you took all like the temples in Zelda games, not like Dodongo's cabin or inside Jabba Jabba's belly, or even then you can also make analyses, but like the temples, like the Forest Temple, Shadow Temple, Turtle Rock, Woodfall Temple, you know, Great Bay Temple, all these sorts of places, and many 3D Zelda games. Yeah, actually no, I'm talking exclusive about 3D Zelda games. But the environmental storytelling and the things that you can, with good, with like good, hello, getting cough lolly, Ogie. What? Yeah. Is it? Is that chainsaw going on? Oh, it sounded like a chainsaw from you. Bah. I was gonna say about Zelda. Yeah, 3D Zelda games. That's right. Yeah, you can say with fairly substantial evidence backing you, about like sort of like what the purpose of the temple is, or what it was designed for, who designed it, or all these sorts of things you can pick up. And they're really fascinating. And it's like, it's one of those things where, you know, you get people just grasping at straws, or, you know, trying to pull together very disparate threads to make some sort of connection between the two. And you're just like, yeah, sure Jan. That, you know, that's totally what they were thinking. But with Zelda, you can actually, like, barely, like, it's quite compelling, the sort of stuff that people, the theories that people have. You're like, yep, that really genuinely does seem like it. So anyway, So the thing I love about the Zelda communities is the level of analysis that they go to. And it doesn't, like, it's like this weird thing of like, even if you could piece together the general plot from the trailer, and if the things people were theorizing about the characters that may appear in this game, or what the general crux of the story will be, start, middle, to end, it just doesn't, like, you don't feel the same, oh, I wish, you know, the same feeling that you would get, like, if turns out that in FF16 they really did put, like, all this big story stuff into the trailers, and we actually had seen most of the game, you would feel a bit like, oh, I feel a bit disappointed. But with Zelda, you don't. It's like you just don't get that feeling at all, and it's odd. It's weird, and I'm like, cause in the Zelda trailers, judging for, like, if I had to take a stab at what I think's gonna happen in this game, it's literally gonna be Zelda and Link wake up Ganondorf, who's underneath Hyrule Castle and is the source of all the malice and everything, and they're like using his energies to there's a really ties to a really fantastic theory that I saw, and I can't remember which of like the holy trinity of Zelda theorists did it, but one about how like the Sheikah almost like practically like powering their stuff with like energy that they're siphoning off of Ganondorf, essentially. And so when they wake him, and you know, and he's been able to corrupt it or something. But anyway, so they wake him up. His corpse wakes up. He's kind of just sort of is able to reconstitute himself a little bit. Causes all the monsters to go super demon, I think. And then whatchamacallit. And so then obviously Zelda, what I think it is that underneath Hyrule is this Zonai tribe. So like in Breath of the Wild, there's all these sort of ruins that you see around the place that aren't like Sheikah ruins, where they don't seem like any particular kind of ruin that you've seen before. And they're all tied, they seem to be tied to this like tribe that this hinted at and things called like the Zonai tribe. And you never actually see them, who they are, but there was this random lizard person in this trailer, so I think what it is that the Zonai tribe is underground, and their like ancient technologies or something like sort of activate, and that's what lifts everything up into the sky. It's almost like Hyrule's been built on top of their civilization. And so when this stuff activates, it like lifts up through the ground, and that's what all the Sky Islands are. And anyway, so then the Zonai tribe comes out. There's people there that like they basically, or when Zelda falls down through the cavern, she like lands in the Zonai thing, and then that's what activates it all. And so then they help her. Basically, Ganondorf's resurrected. I don't know yet the mechanism for it, but it's basically going to be a case of Link and like all his companions, kind of like I think like we've seen the tiers that they're referring to. There's like the goddess Hylia has these like 7 tier shaped gem things that you and your companions I think need to find or get or something, and then you know you get, you know, they get like sage's powers or something from it. But it's eventually going to be a case of Zelda like eventually reincarnates, or like not reincarnates, but like because she is meant to be the reincarnation of Hylia. She's able to like basically she uses the Triforce of Wisdom and basically becomes Hylia. Ganondorf uses the Triforce of Power and literally becomes Demise again, and then Link is just like uses the Triforce of Courage and just becomes like superhero, Super Saiyan. And then it just becomes like the final thing is just this clash between. It's almost like the end of the story started in Skyward Sword. It's the end of that story. It's Demise has come back as Ganondorf. Demise is back, and now Hylia essentially needs to feed him, and she needs Link's help for it. And that's really what the crux of the story is. Is that so it's just going to end with this almighty clash. And then I think that this will be they're not going to do like a third in this, I suppose you could call it a sub-series, like in the same way that Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks are a sub-series, and Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask are a sub-series. In the same way that Twilight Princess and Link's Crossbow Training sub-series. But but they don't tend to do like 3 games. Like it's Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages. It's Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. It's Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass. It's that sort of thing. So they wouldn't do a third. It's Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Like that's the 2 in this little sort of sub-series. And then the next Zelda game from here on out will be it'll be a new Link with a new Zelda. That sort of thing. But the biggest burning question of it all that we still don't know yet is which timeline does Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom sit in? Because there's 3 Zelda timelines, and we don't know which one it yet belongs to. And there's like clues in throughout the game that could point to any single one of them. There we go, lovely. Yeah, but I suppose the thing I love most about the Zelda stories is not necessarily, obviously I do love the stories themselves. They are, for all intents and purposes, they're not deep stories at all. But there's so much detail you can pick about every detail about those games, down to the detailing on the armors, down to like the colors of the swords mean stuff, to like every house and every building and every temple and every enemy and everything. There's just such a purposefulness to them all that it makes theorizing just an absolute dream, because you've got so much meat to use and pull from, and you'd like the assumptions that you can make are really not that, like, they don't require that much mental gymnastics. Oh, Banoffee, oh, that looks delicious.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have you tried some?
Oh yeah.
Do you want me to?
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Mm-hmm. It's fabulous. Thank you. Oh god damn, that's real good. The boy and his sister made some banoffee pie. There we go. Dang, this is really good. On the next ad break, I might need to go and get some more. Okay. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, mental gymnastics or lack of required for Zelda theories. Because I think so. Some of like my favorite like game theories in general are Zelda ones. Like how the Great Bay Temple in Majora's Mask is a water filtration plant. And there's like hardcore evidence. I don't think it's explicitly stated in the game that that's what it's for. But it's pretty obvious when you put all the facts together. It's a water filtration plant for the ocean. Notice 6 paths. And pay. I'm just gonna cheese like this. I would absolutely, I'd love to see some Pain like fan art of like of what he would probably actually look like in real life. Like rather than all these, you know, rods going through his body like very cleanly. just like it's almost like the head. So I reckon they wouldn't be so lovingly surgically planted. It would just be like shoved through. Considering how you've got like the red sort of outlines around them artistically. But like do like a drawing of pain where it's kind of like a bit not gory or graphic, but like, you know, a bit mature. Might do a couple of these. That poor voice actor having to like try and say all of that. Crammed it all into like 2 seconds. Come on. Like he's literally just got that last little bit of health. Bruh. There we go. For goodness sake. That's why I actually despise playing as Papa characters. My lordy. Takes them like 20 seconds to just get one hit in. Beauty. Oh, that's it. That's the other thing, actually. So, I don't know if anyone's any good at catching mice, or has any tips and tidbits. But my goodness, so we have a little bit of a mice problem. Not like it's not a massive problem, I guess, but they've been getting into the drawers. Well, getting all over the place actually. We pulled out because we got a bed in the couch, and we pulled out the because we were just showing the boy sister the thing, and then we lift up the couch covers and sort of down the side of one of them. There's all these like little fluff bits, and I'm like, the mice are getting into the couch and eating like the fluff, and like luckily not the fluff on top. Like they're not eating where it's visible. It's like really just inside, like sort of underneath and inside the couch. But it's just like the fact that they're even getting in there at all is just disconcerting. So we've been putting traps down in the kitchen with varying levels of success. I think we've managed to catch 2 or 1 mice in the kitchen, even though I know they've been going everywhere. Probably have to put some under the sink. But there's like, yeah, so we've only managed to catch 1 mice there, but the hot water cupboard in the guest room where the boys' brothers are living, or will be staying, should I say, or is staying, they found some evidence in there. So like, oh, we'll just put a trap down. 2 nights in a row, they've managed to catch mice in that hot water cupboard. So obviously they go in there because it's warm. So it means it's not hard to guess why they're there. So we're doing that nightly and to see if we can get all the mice that way. But it's just like I'm just really hoping that we don't have like a problem and that we can start actually like getting rid of them quite soon. Because when I was looking up, trapping advice, people have got like, just lay like 20 traps down where they are, and see if you can catch like 20 mice. I'm like, okay, I don't think we've got that big of a problem. Maybe that was just like an American house kind of thing. But it was, it was just, it's crazy the amount of mouse traps that they were saying to lay down. But I've said to everyone, like, if you see it on like food stuff, don't eat or like don't use those like utensils or that sort of thing. Like, don't use it unless you've thoroughly washed it. But yeah, I'm just like, these blimmin' mice. These blimmin' mice. So if anyone has some like very tried and true ways of catching mice, be much obliged. I wonder what it would feel like to have insects living inside of you. Because that's the thing about Shino and his family. They've got, like, I don't know if it's not their bones. It's like they've got some things in their body, like some tubes or like organic tubes or something they've sort of evolved to have. And like that's what the insects live inside. Like they're living inside their bodies. In this weird, like and they come out through these tubes of some description. It's weird. I'm like, what does it even feel like? You just feel like a constant tingling. Got him now, and bam. Okay. Well, I'm ahead of time, which is good. Fairly ahead of time, actually, which is really good.
Battle begins. Resistance is futile. Die.
Lovely.
Tonska blade. Resistance is futile.
Beautiful, gorgeous. I'm just smashing through these fights. Okay, Kiba and this last. In fact, looking at the fights coming up, oh, bar a Conqueror one actually. Ugh, bar that one, I've actually got some, oh, 10-10 one. Actually got some pretty good character selections going on. Now, I've noticed with Kiba. Kiba is an example of a character that something is weird with his. I don't know if I'm just completely imagining it, but it always seems to be with Kiba. Is there's a problem with his inputs. Like he either like just standard B inputs don't work, or they like it takes a little bit for it to respond, or like just some reason his moveset, like there's some lack of responsiveness with it.
Way to be on the ball, Akamaru. Absolute victor has been decided.
And I don't know if I think there's a lag input because he's attacking with Akamaru first, but it just seems to be this weird. It seems to be with Kiba only that I have the problem. I'm just thinking it probably will most likely be because he's got Akamaru there.
Battle begins.
Oh, come on. He loves to do sidestepping. I bet she's going to get up. He's going to do a... Oh no, he's not. Never mind. There we go. Okay. At least that was okay. And then we've got third Raikage against us last next, and this one should be fine. This one should be easy peasy. Third Raikage is super, super, super quick. Generally. I say that, now he's not going to be.
Battle begins.
I think it's actually the characters that have got that do more melee damage, I think, tend to be actually the fast ones. So the guys, I think even Jiraiya, I think. Well, Guy, Lee, Third Raikage, Han, they seem to be the ones that do the most melee damage. Choji as well, actually. Yeah, beautiful. Easy. And one of these.
Battle begins.
Oh, and I gotta. 1 second. 1 second. Got two. How do I do that one there? Lovely. Jubbly. Just gotta ban the bots, as you do. I've had something that's something like if you pop the Doge hype thing or hype Doge or whatever it's called, if you put that in your ban terms or something, it kind of stops the bots. So I might need to do that. See, why is he doing that? See, this particular piece of AI is loving a sidestepping. It's really, it's fascinating trying to piece together how the AI does things. Right, now we've got Cutter Cloaked and Itachi Katsuki.
Battle begins.
Come on. There we go. Now I've sort of seemed to have dropped back a little bit in terms of the fights that I had in excess of the general cadence, which is I'll do 10 fights every 15 minutes. Tends to seem to be the general the average sort of fight tempo. So the words just suddenly escaped me. So the average fight ratio? Frequency? Ratio. So anything obviously in excess of 10 fights per 15 minutes is beautiful. So I was in excess before, but now sort of dropped down a little bit. And then one more. Lovely. That's usually when you get ones where you can just spam fireball jutsus, you can usually claw back a fair bit of time with those ones. I've got a fair bit of Kabutos coming up actually. That's fine. Sleep. Gorgeous. And so technically after this one, where in terms of fights we've got left after this one, we'll be at 5062. And can I do 60 fights in? Can't do 60 fights in an hour. So I might finish it maybe like 5030 maybe? I can do about 40 fights in an hour. I'll see actually, I'll see at the end of the 3 hours, I'll see how close I am to 5000. And if it's just like 10 more fights or something, that's another 15 minutes. So definitely calling back time with these ones. And this is where it's all gonna fall apart because I've got Konohamaru and Kankuro. Oh lordy. Okay, actually, I was gonna say, actually, this fight's pretty fun, but still will be, actually. Yay. This will be where it'll this will be where it all falls apart, actually. Unless, yeah, it will be. Especially when he's bloody doing. There we are. He's doing all those sidestepping. Might do 3 of these. Yeah. Lovely. Oh, good. Oh, look at that. Beautiful fight. Okay, Kabuto again. And Danzo. Get all the slime bags out of the way. Beautiful, gorgeous. God, we're actually smashing through these. These are coming, we're flying through them now. And considering the fight's coming up, we're going to continue flying through them actually. Maybe with Kiba it might slow down. Actually, now I think about it, Kiba is probably one of the characters I'm actually tending to be really, really slow as lately. Yeah, now that I think about it. Yeah. Okay. We've got Naruto Rasen, which I'm gonna do. Where are we? One-star Rasen Shuriken, and another Kabuto. Oh, come on. God, I'm really getting these Rasengan timings bad. Right, there we go, that's better. Right, now I should have him. There we go. Beauty. That fight went slower than it should have. Like, way slower. Nope, not that one. That one. Trying to think what other sort of like life. I say life updates. I mean just literally anything of any kind of interest that's happened in the last week. It's not really anything. Oh, we're going to hot pools tomorrow actually. We were meant to go last week, but logistically, things ended up happening that would have meant we would have only been able to spend really like a couple of hours there. But we're going to the hot pools for I say the whole day. We'll be most of the day tomorrow. So looking forward to that, which will be great. Because I think I need it. I think I just need to sit in a hot pool and just relax. Here we go. Right, now we've got another Kabuto, because my goodness. Can't just have one, can't just have two, can't just even have three. You have to have 4 Kabutos. Practically in a row. Almost in a row. Actually, no, what did I do on Monday? Monday, nothing. Tuesday, again, nothing. Wednesday, nothing. Went shopping. That's about it. Thursday, went to the food market truck thingamabobs. Friday, I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm like, really feel like I need to be doing more with my life. But then I suppose that's the thing. Like, why? Why do I feel that need? I think it's because, is it because I'm comparing myself to what I think I should be doing? It could just be that. I think it's the weight of expectation. I feel like I should be doing more with my life, but like, why do I feel that? I'm content playing video games. I'm content eating food. I'm content going to bed when I am. I'm content, like, just living my own life. You know, and if I'm happy doing that, like, why do I need to have an action-packed life? Like, I don't need to. And you don't really have any regrets when you're dead. Is he saying Gigu? What's he saying, Gigu? He's saying Gigu? Or is he saying your move? He's totally saying Gigu. Like, I literally cannot hear it as anything other than that. Yeah, it's totally Gigu. It's literally nothing more than Gigu. And now I'm gonna, every single time that's all I'm gonna hear. Oh no. I've got to do so many more fights with him. Right. Second Mizu. So after these two, I'm going to I'm gonna what? Run another ad.
Pretty sad.
Oh, got him another one. Beauty. Beauty. Hey, go on.
Pretty good atmosphere, eh? It's the giant clam's genjutsu. Boom!
Ah, it's the tree. That is actually really, really interesting to know. So because of that tree there, it means things that like travel along the ground will prematurely go off because that tree must have collision on it, and that's what it's hitting instead. Come on, come on. There we go. Okay. Right, I'm going to run another ad. Which might be... Or do I do two actually? No, I think I can actually get away with doing another couple. Because it's 63 minutes after you press it, so I should be fine for another minute. I'm just only really running them to get, so I don't have to do, people don't get pre-rolls.
Seriously in a long time. Let's go, Akamaru! It's over! Absolute bang over bang! What do you do? Universal pull! Universal pull!
Oh, come on. Come on, keeper. Come on. Come on, my man. Keeper, let's go. Here we are. Hey, Jakuchiha, what up? Welcome on in. How are you? How has your day / evening / early morning been? And
Battle begins!
oh, come on.
It's over! Absolute bang over bang!
Late and
How about this?
and another one. Lovely, and then one more. Come on, maybe not quite.
Serious over here. Seiya! 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 Shatter apart!
Oh my god, come on. Come on. There we go. Goodness gracious. Okay, right. I'm just going to have to run a super quick 3-minute ad. But while I do so, I'm going to update the fights remaining. And we shall return soon. And Okay, lovely. So I've got 465046 remaining. Believe that's it? Yes. Lovely. We've got Onoki and young Naruto.
Battle begins.
Young Naruto's actually probably a character that we hardly done. Another one. Beauty. And come on. There we go. And then one more. There we lovely. Lovely jubbly. Okay. So the rate I'm going, I may be able to. What are we, 91?
Battle begins.
The rate I'm going, I may possibly be able to get to 5,000 today. And I only say, like, of course I will, like, I could just keep going. There's nothing stopping me from keeping going. I just, because it'll be 10 o'clock by the time I finish, which actually in terms of gamers, hashtag gamer standards, 10 o'clock is reasonably early, I suppose. But I've got to wake up early in the morning to go to the hot springs. I keep saying hot springs, hot pools. Don't want it to be too late. Alright, I got young Ino and young Lee.
Battle begins.
Hey, young Ino's just going hard. There we go.
Been decided. Battle begins.
Beans. I'm always, when it comes to his and Dry's ultimates, absolutely poor judge. I cannot for the life of me judge distance. I always do it too far away. Ouch. Literally ran into that one. next we got Conan and Haku.
Battle begins.
Disappear. Disappear.
Just these fights lately are going fab, and I just out the corner of my eye just spot a fight coming up, not too long, between Tenten and young Kankuro. Oh no! Oh, it's going to be a catastrophe for the ages. Well, the young Kankuro one definitely will be, because literally nothing about his moveset makes things easy. Like, it's like literally designed to be an absolute nightmare. Like, literally designed to be an absolute nightmare.
Battle begins.
Too slow. Here I go. Here I go. Here I come. This is it. Here I come. I won't let you.
Lovely.
Has been decided.
That's the end.
I would absolutely, I'd love to know, I'd love to go to Bandai Namco HQ, and I'd love to just ask them, or to just like sort of get like a inside goss on how, like what the planning stages are like with these sorts of games and the characters themselves. So when they're planning, you know, let's just say they're planning Conan or Haku, and they're planning the movesets, and I suppose, like, do they plan for what kind of playstyle each character is intended to have? Like, is Haku intended to have a very aggressive playstyle with heavy use of melee abilities, or like his melee abilities are designed to set him up to use his to help get the ultimate off? The melee abilities are designed to set the opponent up so it's easy to get the ultimate, or is there a specific way that even like Tenten's meant to be played that I'm just like fully unaware of? You know, and obviously you have to use ninja tools, but is there specific ways that you should be using them to set you up for success? Because it just seems a bit ridiculous that some characters have like obvious disadvantages for picking them. Like there's a reason there's only like 10 or so characters that are used in online ranked. It's because like it just, like if you use young Kankuro, would you ever win a fight at all online? Probably not. Unless there was just this super specific way of knowing how to play him that just suddenly made him OP as hell. But just like what that could possibly be, I've got absolutely no idea.
Child, Naruto. The victor has been decided.
go. Ugh. Oh, here the nightmare begins. And if I have just a quick squiz down the list, are we up for any? Ooh, we may not be. I don't see any more Tentans or any more Kankuros on the rest of the list. Oh, come on, please. Yo, ma'am. Is there a reason why your ultimates are not hitting? Here we go. Beautiful. At least we did it. I did it within the 60 counts. At least there's that. Alright, now this is where it's all just gonna be destroyed in a puff dust. Any sort of what's the word? Like reserve I'd built up in terms of she's gonna just be aggressive as all hell, as she's being right now. Or maybe not. Maybe not. Oh my lordy. I've actually been able to get an ultimate off. That's crazy. That's blowing my mind. I'm able to get combos. What is this? Well, that went faster than I was expecting. Alright, okay, right. So now that we got that out of the way, we can, you know, now get down to the real fights. Of course, because the counter maxes out at 99 fights, that's okay. Do you say over here, Sunny? And lovely. So because I can't really now gauge what fight I'm at, I've got no proper way of telling without fully exiting out and going back in. I've got no proper way of telling whether I'm ahead of time or not. But that's okay. Okay, this guy's just being super aggressive. Super aggressive, but also hardly using substitutions. Hey, okie. Right, Shisui and A. And probably because I had a number of fights that I did like pretty much bang on 60. That's actually probably what's dropped. I'd love to know what being in the genjutsu is like. I know like being in a genjutsu is not a pleasant experience, like in a Sharingan genjutsu. I wonder what it would be like. I wonder what it would, yeah, I just wonder what that would be. Like just out of morbid curiosity. Hey, Michael Rich, welcome on in. How are you? How is life? How is Boruto? More accurately. Lovely, lovely jubbly. Hiruzen and Obito masked. Last man, pretty good. Ah, it's alright, alright. And Sakura maturing is, it's like finally. At least Sakura matured. I know that there's one bit, like I can't remember. Yeah, I do know that there's one bit where Sarada is, Sarada's asking Sakura, oh, like she finds a picture of Sasuke and Karin, and then she's asking Sakura if Karin's like her mum or something because they both had glasses or something like that, and then Sakura's just getting like clenching her fist. She's getting like real mad, like real salty about Sasuke not having a fling with Karin, but like, you know, another girl was in his life. And I just think it's, I'm like, I would be doing the same. I would be doing the same if I was here, TBH. Hey, Diagami. I hope I've got your name right. Who your fave Naruto character? It's at this point, because it changes every day, like which one I rank first, but it's sort of like a very, very close tie with Itachi, Neji, or Sasuke. No, it's a close tie between Neji or Itachi. Yeah. I would say if I had to pick one at this point in time, Itachi would clinch it over Neji. Obito and Nagato, good choices. Good choices. Opinion, because I ask this of everyone who comes in and has watched all, you know, has Naruto knowledge. Kabuto, yay or nay? As in just as a character, Kabuto, yay or nay? I have to ask this. I must. Okay, it's like a requisite, prerequisite. Okay, I've done that one. Third right and young Sasuke. Where are we? There and young Sasuke. Yay? Interesting. Right, I'm having a list. I've got a list of people who've said yay, and I've got a list of people who say nay. I merely ask. Personally don't like him, but appreciate his character arc and development. Fair. Fair. See, if you had asked, if you had come in like a year ago and you said yay, I would have said that's incorrect. That is the wrong answer. You're on the wrong list. But I have had my own character arc and character growth, and I'm like, okay, interesting. Hey, and thank you for the follow. It is much appreciated. But yeah, so I've had my own character arc, and while I personally think that Kabuto's obsessiveness with Orochimaru was just a little bit like, what? Like creepy. So he's creepy to me, and he's like on the Orochimaru creepiness level, and so that's why kind of like I'm a bit like about Kabuto. How I feel about Sakura? Pointless, useless, does nothing, does not add any value to any situation she is in. Why is she even there? As Michael Rich was saying before, she seems to get better in Boruto, but the fact that she's gone through all of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, and it takes Boruto to fix Naruto's character. Oh yeah, so yeah, it takes Boruto to fix her character, but no. She punched Kaguya, but at the end of the day, it was Naruto and Sasuke that was the ones that ultimately did the magical ceiling thing. That's the one good thing that she did. The one good thing that she did. I lie. The second good thing that she did. Her fight with Sasori, her and Chio with Sasori, that was the other good thing that she did. Everything else, no. Gotta say, Sakura may be the best parent-wise. Interesting. See, it's like for me, like I would be interested, like cutting all the bits of Boruto together, where it like shows what the OG characters are doing as parents and as, you know, because like everyone's a parent, isn't they? Aren't they? Like everyone's a parent. So like I'm really interested in that sort of stuff, like seeing how like Tenten is as a mum, or like how like Shikamaru is as a dad, like that sort of thing. I'm keen on. Yeah. hot take. Never cared about Rock Lee. That's spicy. That is a spicy take. Be careful, you're gonna piss off some people. Don't worry. No, we are any take on anything Naruto is welcome here. It can be spicy, it can be ice cold. Any take is welcome. We are a safe space. Yeah. Sasuke's outliving his best life. Pretty much. Just still can never work out why. It's almost like they made Sakura and Sasuke a couple because they were the characters left. After they paired everyone else up. Oh, we got these two left there. There you go. Y'all hate Danzo? Oh yeah. Like, he's like, ugh. Did Danzo do anything nice? Has he ever, like, he's a dick. Excuse my language, he's a dick. No, oh my goodness, excuse my language again. Yeah. Don't worry, unless others think differently. We are not the Danzo fan club here, so unless you're president of the Danzo fan club, then yeah, in which case everything I've just said is offensive. Ooh, other question for you, because it's really interesting how, like, pretty much most people I've asked, like 99% of people I've asked all have the same answer, of, like, Naruto, like the OG Naruto series, and then Naruto Shippuden, which one do you prefer? Like, do you prefer Shippuden or the OG Naruto series? Like, and it could, you know, could be whether, like, which one you think objectively is better, or just which one you personally like. Shippuden 100%? Alright. Do you have, what's your reasoning? And then that came off so interrogatory, I'm so sorry. I'm just purely just out of curiosity. Because I'll say it in all honesty, most people that I've asked have said that the OG Naruto series is, they found overall to be better. And yeah, as Michael Rich was saying, that Shippuden's got the highest highs. Like, there's no singular moment in, like, pure moment in OG Naruto that can beat, like, the highest highs of Shippuden. But yeah, I personally find that if I think about the whole complete thing as it's, like, from start to finish of it, the OG Naruto it's just like, it's this weird, like, you can't really accurately describe what you think of it, but it just feels more cohesive. But then I suppose it had a definitive end, whereas with Shippuden, you probably even Kishimoto himself didn't really know when it was going to end, or how long he was going to keep it up for. Yeah. 7.5 versus April 4, fair. Fair. Now, the one thing that we are here, over here, is that the tuning exams arc is the best singular arc in Naruto, just Naruto period, like full stop, and maybe even like shonen anime as a whole. That is one thing that we are very strong on here. Is that nothing beats the tuning exam as an entire complete arc. It is. It's like, it's one of those things like, so my partner, he's never seen an episode of Naruto in his life. He likes action stuff, like he likes cool fight scenes, not interested in anime, like at all. He just thinks anime is all like cutesy little chibi stuff, like, no, it's all like loves and friendship and hopes and dreams, and he's a man's man. But if I had to try and get him into Naruto, I would show him the tuning exams arc, like that fully go to. It's got everything you could possibly want from Naruto. You get it in the tuning exams arc. You just get it. Like, exactly that. The whole thing about the test, how it's like, it's designed like not. Yeah, it's designed to see if you can cheat without getting caught, like if you've got like the ninja skills. It's got the whole Forest of Death stuff with like major character plot moments, and just like, it's got all like the preliminary fights, like all of those matchups. Oh, beautiful, gorgeous. You've got the finals, you've got the whole, and then it all escalates with the whole sound and sand. Actually more sand. Invasion, and it's just like, it's just so good. It's just so good. It's just beautiful. It just brings a tear to my eye. It's just so gorgeous. Kaguya side. That bit, I think my one probably biggest disappointment about Shippuden, even just Naruto in general, was just, I really can't stand when villains just, or like the big bad just kind of appears right at the end. Like nothing at all. No, did I lose that one? Oh, you're having a giggle. Oh, you're having a giggle. What was I doing? I saw Orochimaru reveal. Orochimaru was cool in the tuning exams. Like, he was actually cool and intimidating as a villain in the tuning exams. It just all goes downhill the more Orochimaru was used, but like, I think everyone was like peak in the tuning exams arc. Like, villains were cool villains. Gaara was like scary, you know, just like mercilessly killing people in the Forest of Death. Like, it was just fab. They did Madara so dirty. Oh, they did. Like, I'm kind of like, I don't understand why they didn't have Madara as like the final boss. They should have. Like, he was, the entire way through, he was set up to be the final thing, and then fucking Kaguya appears out of nowhere. You're like, oh sorry, wait, what? Who this? Who this bish? You know? You had Madara there. Anyway, sorry. We're getting heated. Gaara's gonna kill Leaf. See, like, everyone was at their peak. You had like Lee showing like here's what I've been training to do, and then like pulls out his ankle weights, and then boom, just goes like Super Saiyan. You've got Gaara, who's like, I'm just gonna kill people, like, soz about it, that's what I'm gonna do, because I'm just a psycho. You've got like Sakura and Ino, they're having their big like girl rivalry moment with their thing. You've got Tamari, who's just like, not like merciless, but you know, Tamari just doesn't give a damn. She's, you know, she'll just absolutely wreck Tenten, like, not without batting an eye. You know, you've got you've got Sasuke just sort of just showing how boss he is. Then again, Sasuke did get sort of a... could have had a better matchup, I guess. Like a Sasuke versus Neji needs to happen. But like, but yeah, and then like Orochimaru's intimidating. You've got like the third Hokage doing this whole Reaper Death Seal stuff. Like, oh my god, he's actually like, the Hokages can actually pull out some insane jutsu, like forbidden stuff. Like Hokages aren't just like there for paperwork. They can do some insane stuff. It's just, and then like the whole, oh, it's just beautiful. It's just, I mean, look, we could literally, I'll just do a single stream, a single stream where we just say the 1001 reasons why the tuning exams arc is just brilliant. Because there could literally be 1001 reasons, like, not even kidding. Besides Itachi, favorite Katsuki member. I think we process of elimination on this one, so it's not Kisame, it's not Kisame, it's not Deidara, it's not Hidan, it's not Sasori. Might be. See, when I say pain, I suppose you gotta. I mean, yeah, might be a mix between Kaku. Probably a mix between. Probably pain or. That'll probably be pain, actually. Yeah. Yeah, no, it'll be pain. But like, specifically, like Yahiko pain. Like, not Nagato, but yeah.
Battle begins. Art of raging lion.
What fight y'all think was the best? Ooh. As in, like, across the whole... That's a difficult question. Might have to think on that one a bit. Because I did like Team 10 plus Kakashi, Team 10 plus Kakashi versus Kakuzu. Did like that one. And then slash Shikamaru versus Hidan. Did like that one. I did like Sasuke versus Deidara, and I do like, I have massive admiration, even though nothing really happens in it as such. I like the Shikamaru versus Tamari fight in the Chunin exams finals, purely from how he wins. Just like, I love intelligence in my fights. I love flashiness and intelligence. And yeah. I also like Jiraiya versus Pain, actually. Jiraiya versus Pain I'd quite like. Rest in peace. Least favourite fight. Probably Choji versus Jirobo in the Sasuke Retrieval one, purely because I just cannot remember a single thing about that fight at all. I can remember bits about all the others except that one. And I don't like Naruto versus Neji because Naruto should not have won that fight. Everything said that Neji should have won that fight. Killer Bee versus Sasuke top 10. I can respect that. I can respect that. Neji was just like the biggest casualty of the entire thing. He was done. Was he done dirty the entire way? Ish. But like, he went too soon. Like of everyone in that OG cast, why did it have to be him? Like why him? Of everyone there. Like everyone else survives except Neji. Why not just let him survive too? Was it that the manga company said, "Oh, sorry, someone has to die," and so he just did like threw a thing at a dartboard, and Neji was the unlucky one. I don't think what other fights. What other fights do I like or not like? Might Guy versus Madara I like. Actually. Yeah, Madara literally one-man armying an army. It's just like, whoa, why he wasn't like... Oh, I don't know. I think they brought Madara out too early, I think. Go from OG. think the go from OG one I dig. The two that I seem to remember the most is probably Closer. I think that was the name of the one. It was the one from the paint arc, the start of the paint arc. I remember. I think it was called Closer. And no, what was it? No, hang on, I'm thinking of another one. No, I'm thinking of another one. I might be thinking of. No, I'm thinking of Flow.
Has been decided. I'm on the top of my game. Taking it.
Oh my goodness. Let's try to think what they're called. There's one called Flow and one called Closer. I think I'm getting the ones mixed around. There's one from where Sai. One from when Sai joins up. And then one from. Oh goodness.
Battle begins. Full body
Is Naruto a favorite anime? Yes. Most definitely. Out of anything that's like shaped me throughout my life, Naruto is probably the biggest one. By far. Like in terms of anything. It's been the biggest influence on me. Yeah. And therefore, it's my favorite anime. I'm guessing it's yours as well.
battle begins.
With Death Note, man. Respect. I was also, and it's a what? It's a hot take, I think. Shaman King is like my other one. It's which everyone's just, whenever I say Shaman King, everyone just goes like, ugh, for some reason. I love it. I think it's fabulous. But the manga had a better ending than the anime did.
Battle begins.
I'll try his One Piece great, but it sounds like complete nonsense. Oh no, no, trust me. My first experience with both One Piece and manga in general was my brother somehow got hold of a manga, like a big, like one of the big manga compendiums, but like, it might have even been Shonen Jump, I think, but it was in like, it wasn't Korean or Japanese, it was some like Swahili or something. It was in some weird some script I've never been able to find again. But I was just flicking through it, couldn't make heads or tails of obviously what any characters were saying. But it had like Black Cat, it had Shaman King, it had One Piece, it had something. Oh shit! It had Captain Hyabusa. Is it Captain Hyabusa or something? It had all sorts. It had all sorts in it. And it had Hunter x Hunter, yes. And it had Yu Yu Hakusho as well. So it had all this stuff. It was just like single chapters of all of these. I think it didn't have. Did I have Naruto? No. Had something anyway, so I had chapters from all these, but I remember like flicking through them. I'm like, oh, all these look pretty cool. And I remember getting to like the One Piece one. I'm just like, that stretchy guy looks weird. Like, it was just. Then again, I was like 5 at the time as well, 5 or 6 at the time. But I just explicitly remember flicking through this book, thinking, Black Cat looked pretty cool. Yu Yu Hakusho looked pretty cool. Shaman King looked pretty cool. One Piece looked weird. And I've watched One Piece here and there and read manga here and there. But I can't, for some reason, I can't seem to like binge it. It's like I can only do it piecemeal, and I just don't know why. But I'm kind of like, because it's so highly rated, like I feel like I need to like, feel like I'm in the wrong. I think if I just sort of like get into a particular mind zone, I'll like learn to appreciate One Piece properly, I think. Yeah. And Attack on Titan, I actually can say I have not seen. I'm really bad for watching the big anime that you're meant to watch. I'm really bad. I've watched, I tend to find that I gravitate towards like the one-off, like not one-off, like one series animes, like Akame ga Kill, Roku no Yusha, which was fabulous. I love that. Those sorts of ones. Not Parasite. Anything with any kind of like creepy body horror kind of stuff. No, can't do it. Can't do it. I'm a bit of a wuss when it comes to that sort of thing. Like images, especially like Japan just knows how to do body horror in such a way that it makes me like physically ill. Like it's just they just know how to do body horror in a way that's just like gross and scary and just disturbing. Didn't mean to caps it. I've heard Gantz is quite good. Is it graphic as in like heads being decapitated or like guts being ripped out kind of graphic? Oh, both? Oh, yeah.
Shinzu Senju. Summon enlightenment.
Measure of Men in Black was red. Ah. Okay, okay. I can both visualize that and also be extremely curious as to what that looks like. I think the most like disturbing thing, manga. And it's not like a manga. I don't even. Is it a? I guess it's a series, and it's completely like. Wait, I thought you hated that sort of stuff. Is I somehow don't know how I did it, or don't know why I did it, or how I managed to sit through it. I've read all of Uzumaki by Junji Ito. Where it's like the town that's being cursed by like some spiral entity, and like curses the town, and everyone sort of like things start taking like things associated with spirals, and it's disturbing as hell, and like it's obviously a horror manga, but for some reason I was able to read it all, and I think it was like morbid curiosity more than anything else, but I tend to steer far away from like horror stuff, because I just get scared very easily. But maybe because it was a manga, I think I was in like a controlled environment, like obviously moving image. Like if it was an anime, oh my god, it'd be absolutely terrifying. Like it's like, yeah, you'll have seen pictures of it. Like the classic one is the chick with like the girl's head with the oh, it's like the like half of her head's like caved in and it's like spiraled. It's just like, yeah, it's all sorts of stuff like that. And this is one really creepy chapter where like this is like, I think it's like a chubby guy at the school or something, and he like slowly ends up turning into a snail, and it's just like, ugh, it's just creepy. Ugh. Oh goodness. Yeah, it's all that is. Yeah, but for some reason I was able to get through that series. Don't know how I did it. I did it at uni anyway. Looking for another series, like pretty shorter one. If you haven't seen Akame ga Kill, I would highly recommend that one. Like highly recommend it. I think it's only a series, so I think it's maybe 22 episodes, 23 episodes. It's fantastic. It's like, it's shown in anime as well, so it's got like cool fight scenes and like cool characters and stuff and superpowers and all that goodness. But it is, you would not expect it to end off the way it does. Like, it's, yeah, it's, if you tried to like guess where the characters would be by the end of the series, you get it all wrong. Like, fully you'll get it all wrong. It's crazy, but it's so good at the same time.
You let yourself be swayed by
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna do 4 more fights, I think. So I've got these 2, and then I've got 1 more pairing after these guys, and then I'll call it a day because I will have reached 5,000 fights remaining.
Battle begins. Battle begins.
Have you seen One Punch Man? Because that's quite good as well. It's actually really, it's sort of, it's kind of like tongue-in-cheek in a little bit, but it's actually got really good fight scenes. Like, yes, he literally can beat anyone with a single punch, but it's but it's still got really, like, it's weird because it's not like, oh, just any fight, boom, that's it. It's like he has to be able to land the punch, and it's like all that sort of stuff. So it's watch the first couple of episodes and see what you think. If you like it, if you like the first couple of episodes, then you'll like the rest of the series. But if you're not keen on it, then the rest of the series will be the same.
Battle begins. Turn to rust.
Oh, Assassination Classroom is good. Yeah.
Turn to rust. Turn to rust. Here I come. Beam of light.
Okay, right. I've got the last fight of the day coming up. Last fight of the day, and then we've officially hit 5,000 fights to go, and we'll be about 55% of the way through.
Battle begins.
Which I feel like we need to be way more than 55%. What's the goal? The goal is, okay, I'm gonna give you the spiel. Every new person, they always get to this point and they're like, so what are you doing? So, okay. You ready? You ready? You ready to go? You're ready for this? Okay, this amazingness. So I, as a young child, no, but actually no, I won't start that dramatic. I, for some reason, you know, because I've played like all the Naruto fighting games on like the PS2 or whatever, and for some reason I've just always had this idea. What if I played as every single character in the roster and faced every other character in the roster? How would that go? So I thought, well, you know what? I want to start streaming. You know, I want to start Twitch streaming, so what should I do to start off with? Oh, I don't know, why don't I now do it? You know, pick a game and do every character versus every character. So I thought, well, I'll go with Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. It's got the most characters so far. So calculated it all up and realized, oh dear lord, it's 11,227 fights if you were to do that. So I thought to myself, let's do it. Let's do it. So day one of this was a year ago. A year and a little bit ago. And we're day 79. There have been some breaks in between. You know, I haven't been doing it religiously every single weekend. But yes, so I started, that number up the top was 11227. And now, hold up, when I update it right now, it is now 5,000. Oh, beautiful, gorgeous. So as you can tell, I have yeah, it's been a journey, but thing is, it's like I could just put this on, start doing fights, and just like chat about. It's almost like a just chatting stream, if anything, at this point. But like, it's just I got to a point where I'm like, oh, this is gonna be too much. But I'm like, you know, no, I'm gonna stick through it. It'll be fine. I've kind of refined it a little bit too, how I went, because if you like, my first ever day one was literally, I had like online one of those like spinny wheel random generator things. So like for every single matchup, I would be spinning the wheel and then doing those two characters. And then I also said, well, okay, every single fight I have to finish with the ultimate. So I, like in the span of 2 hours, I'd only managed to do 30 fights in the span of 2 hours. Calculated it would take me about 3 years to finish this. So I said, okay, right, I'm not having that. So I've refined it so I don't have to finish with an ultimate jutsu. I just have to do the fight. But I will show you what I have. Okay, so hopefully this works. 1 second. Oh my goodness. Sorry, it's gonna... Oh my lordy. It's gonna look very weird all of a sudden. Oh, there we are. Oh, here's my... This is just my internet browser. This is my my game tracker of like every game that I've ever played and like which ones I've completed and which ones I've done. Anyway, so I had that up. Now this is where the magic happens. So this is like every character down the side here and every character across the top, and each green one is a fight that I've done, and each red square is a fight that I lost. So the one where I lost today is Asuma versus Yagura. That would just be a red square. Doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. That's just how it is. So as you can see, there's a lot of fights here. There's a lot of fights there. And then if we go up the like top up here, so you can see I'm 53.67% of the way. And so you're like, okay, well, how do you work out what you're doing? So what I've done is I've got this sheet. So all of these, so I've had to do it this way because it's the only way that gets it to work properly. Is each of these is like a you know, so AO71. So if I just like randomly generate that, so then I go on to like here and I find, well, which one's AO71? So that's, where is that? AO there. So it's Karine. and Conan. So Karen and Conan is what that cell is. So what I do is I run a thing to it randomly picks one of the squares that isn't grey, and I just write that down. I basically just randomly generate all of those, you know, pick a square, randomly picks a square with the numbers in it. I write that down here, and then I'd make that square grey, and I just literally just generate all the fights like this. And then this one down the side here tells me what fight remaining thing it would be if I did that. So today I have managed to do all of these fights, done all those fights down to technically to there. I ended up doing an extra fight accidentally, so I've actually done all of those fights today. And that's me, and that's how I do it. So next time, day 80, I'll start from here, and I'll just work myself all the way down. And I've got generated all of those. Lovely, and then that's where it is. So so that is me. So after this, once I've entered in all my fights, I'll then start generating some more, and we keep going. It's lovely. It's fabulous. So one day, which is, I've calculated it to be sometime around end of October, November, we will reach fights remaining 0. I will have done it. And because it's Naruto, so it has to be fitting. I've said I've got to save this one. I can't generate this fight because this fight is the last versions of Naruto and Sasuke. That has to be the final 2 fights. It doesn't make sense if it's not. And then because Sasuke is my favorite, it was one of my 3 favorite characters. So Sasuke the last versus Naruto the last will be the final fight of this whole thing. And that is the magic of what I'd be doing. So yeah, and that is me. That is my spreadsheet, my labor of love. Yeah, it's a lot of fights. It's a lot of fights on there. It is a fair amount. Yeah, so after today, I'll just be going through my list of all the fights that I've done and just filling all these squares, all the squares green. And then we carry on. And we move on to the next day. And the next day, and the next. And then we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm very excited. I'm glad that you're all on the journey with me. And then the best thing is that when I get to the end, I'm like, okay, I did it. All right, hell, go me. I don't get I need to think of what my prize is going to be for myself. Because I'm there's no golden trophy waiting for me at the end. There's literally just the satisfaction. The satisfaction of knowing that I did it. And, whip that out at parties. Paul, oh my god, I didn't even realize you were here. Hello. And yes, probably a gold-plated ice cream. At this point. But probably a lot. We'll just do a celebration stream where we just all smash back ice cream. It'd be great. But yeah. And that's me. This is my labor of love. But I do love it, and I mean I'm 53% of the way. I'll be about 55% of the way in. 55% of the way in after I've plotted everything in. So yeah. And that's moi. That is moi. Anyway, back to the game. Alright. Five Coastal Mokag when you finish it. Birthday cake ice cream is underrated and also fantastic. I'm glad you like ice cream. A started Trails from Zero. Pretty fun stuff. Oh, of course, yeah, no, you finished Trails the 3rd. Ooh. Oh, and you'd be pleased to know in Cold Steel 2, I'm up to the Infernal Castle has just appeared. Vita's been doing some BS, so I'm about to go into there. So I feel like I'm at the end of the game, but based on what happened in Cold Steel 1, I know I've still got ages left to go. So I might stream that soon, later, because I feel like there's some juiciness that's gonna happen. Cookie dough, close second. Ooh, see, you belong here because you like good ice cream flavors. Then again, any flavor of ice cream is good. So just that in and of itself, even the fact that you like ice cream, you're in the right place. Yeah. One part of Sky the Third that was like the darkest thing I've ever seen. Oh dang. God, I really need I'm so close to finishing Cold Steel. I just need to like plow through it. I really do at this point. Oh my lordy. Yeah, I need to get to Trails of the Sky, my lord. Anyway, it is my bedtime, unfortunately it's my bedtime. But I managed to smash out 137 fights today, which I'm very pleased about. And yeah, and I need to depart, unfortunately. I do. But I'm thinking, because so tomorrow we're going to the hot pools, but I reckon we'll be back in time to like do like another couple of hours. So I might be back on tomorrow night, I think. I'll see how I go. Definitely, if not, then definitely Sunday. Won't be Sunday morning, it'll be Sunday night. But I'll see. I'll try and be on when I can. But yeah, Stardoor 15. Oh, now I'm gonna be anticipating a really, really depressing bit. God, I just need to get into Trails of the Sky. I just need to get onto it. But no, thank you all so much for joining in. As always, it is a pleasure for your company. And I wish you well. Stay rested, stay hydrated, stay fruity, stay fresh, stay fabulous. Stay you. Stay alive. And yeah, but that's me. I will see you all when I see you. Pop on round next time. I don't know what I'll be streaming. Oh no, probably be streaming some East Othenfeld-Ghana. If I do stream tomorrow, it'll be that. Because I'm like, it's getting juicy. I'm loving it. I also feel like I'm towards the end as well. But I probably won't be. But yeah, so it'll probably be that, and then I might even just do another couple of hours of Naruto on Sunday. But I'll see. Anyway, thank you all for joining. I'll see you all next time. Bye.